Hey, my name is Patrick Whitman and I'm the training director of ProTec dive centers here in Playa del Carmen as well as in Tulum. Today I want to talk with you about one-on-one courses. Now, many people write us emails specifically demanding or asking for a one-on-one training program, meaning them as a student and the instructor as the only other person in the team. And they often don't comprehend or understand that that is actually not beneficial to them. In fact, it actually makes their training less realistic. What do I mean by that? Cave training is very scenario driven, meaning that the instructor is gonna create certain scenarios to pretend emergencies are happening to the diver as he's going or traveling through the cave. One of them would be gas hemorrhaging from a first stage. So the instructor would swim on top of the student, simulating a gas failure using an air gun. As you can imagine, it is impossible for the instructor to be on top of the student, simulating the gas failure, while in the same time he's supposed to be in front of the student, helping him to sort out the problem, being his dive buddy. So besides that, so that would be one of the drawbacks of a one-on-one class. There's many others. Supervision, of course. While I'm swimming in front of you as the instructor, how can I also in the same time supervise you and see mistakes that you do, for example, in your positioning, in your finning techniques, as well as other parts where I would have to be on top or on the side to see like the bigger picture and see exactly how you perform. For other exercises, such as touch contact, for example, exiting the cave in zero visibility, one of the main things we're practicing in cave training, as I'm going to be your buddy, it is hard for me to make the same mistakes somebody would make that is doing this exercise for the first time in his life or for the first times in his life, right? Of course, from my experience, I can repeat mistakes that I have seen students make throughout my career, but it is very hard for me to commit exactly the same type of mistake, or when you give me the signal, I would most likely instantly fix it, which normal students are not really likely to do. Other students have then the problem also that when they come into the training, usually they're quite experienced divers and they have, they're used to really being dominant in the type of diving that they engage in. And then suddenly cave training happens to be just quite a bit more difficult, and the only frame of reference that they have is a cave diving instructor who's been doing it for like 5, 6, or 10 years even. So it's really good for a diver to have another student on a similar level in the course with him to have a better feeling or gauge of reference for where he is at with his skills and abilities. So all in all, to sum it up, 2-to-1 training is just simply more realistic and more beneficial for the diver, and therefore we're gonna definitely try to work with you on having you in a 2-to-1 class, either with one of your buddies that you choose, somebody else has already signed up for a course, or we are gonna put one of our trainees into the training program with you to help you have a more realistic training. For any further questions, please visit our webpage at www.protecdivecenters.com or simply drop us an email. Thanks for watching.